that we almost spilled all the beans.
Again, John, one of these days, guys, you're gonna catch it all. Oh my gosh.
We're just talking away over here. We are gonna do our traditional minute to win it though, and let things get going. And I am gonna take just some time here and get this shared out. So I will have Tom take the wheel.
That's right. I mean, John's getting those links out. We want you to join in. So if you are watching this though afterwards, come on, just leave a comment, in YouTube or Facebook. We can still interact next time or through the comment section. Come on, people. But as you know, it's New Comic Book Day. It's Wednesday. DC still is kind of screwing that up with New Comic Book Day, but it's still Wednesday's New Comic Book. John is dying right now.
I just swallowed
why he chokes to death. We may have to just have Ken come up and do the Heimlich from but actually you can't call it the Heimlich anymore. Here's an interesting minute to win it, actually. So I was recently CPR certified, and we were talking about the Heimlich maneuver, and apparently the Heimlich family have asked to have their name removed off of this maneuver. So it's not supposed to be called the Heimlich maneuver anymore, but the thing where you grab somebody and and then that's originally called the Heimlich. You can't call it that anymore. So I'm probably under copyright infringement as I speak right now.
Sorry about that. Oh my god. Woof that was exciting.
I'm just glad you're alive.
Yes. Oh goodness. Well, with that, let's set sail. Let's get going. We got so much to talk about tonight, and oh man, it was a big day for me at the register. So I'm very excited to celebrate some of that. But without further ado, let's hit it with that best drum roll we can muster on a glass desk. Hey everybody, it's a comic book look, proudly sponsored by Rainbow Comics. It's your boy John on Demand, and of course, you guys joined by co-CEO Tom Devine. There can only be one Midwest Highlander, not playing around with the ponytail. By the way, my little mane is
kidding
growing, so I'm catching up to you. I'm trying my best.
No kidding, definitely top
couple of years, but yeah, so we're getting there. We're getting close. But you guys, yes, we are a comic book look. We love talking about nerd culture and all things comic books, and we are going to be talking about some pickups for today, September 15th, which it feels like this is we're entering the last quarter of 2021, and 2021 when it started, we were just like, we don't know what this year is going to be like. There's been a lot of ups and downs, sure, but I think there's been so many cool things that have happened, for you and I personally, for the community, for, comics in general. So, yeah. So it's good. It's a good place to be, and a quick one.
Exactly, man. John works at our Mecca. So, I mean, come on. It's big changes for us all around.
Yes.
So, yeah, I mean, definitely, man. But, hey, dude, and who actually, they're like the comic book world is way more cool than what's happening in the real world. So it's like, yeah, comic book culture, let me focus on that, because that is something I can enjoy and get happiness from. So yeah, man, definitely stoked. I was stoked to pick up the books today. My neighbor, friend of the show, CT, he was in his backyard. Got to have a nice chat with him. He had a bunch of good news, which was really great to talk to him about real world wise. But then also, he gave me all the nuts and bolts of what's happening with Marvel TV. As you know, I have not watched any of the Marvel TV shows, but I have watched Shang-Chi, and he hadn't seen that. So then, he gave me the 1-2 on, what should and what shouldn't be. And I'll tell you what, it was a sick, great conversation. It seems to be that maybe I could miss some of them, but I really should check out Loki. I guess Loki's just next level. I heard it's just, according to him, and he has, he has high standards, and usually he has good taste. So, what he likes, I usually like as well. So I was like, maybe I do need to give a chance to Loki. I mean, John, what have you been thinking about Loki?
My thoughts on Loki were really summarized on the shirt that I wore yesterday, which was the Loki Gator, and it says "Glorious Purpose."
Okay.
And so I'm here for it. It's really fun though, Tom. I mean, I didn't know what to expect. I was like, how are we going to do this? And they did it, and they did it very grandiose. It was so great. So I
maybe I can
recommend
check it out. That's what I'll bite the bullet on.
Yeah.
I'll skip WandaVision and Winter Soldier and Falcon and skip the rest and go straight to Loki.
You're going to skip WandaVision and...
well, I just feel John, it's so daunting, knowing that I have like 6 TV series to watch to get caught up in the Marvel universe when I have already told you I have Marvel fatigue, but I like Shang-Chi, so I guess I'm kind of back, if there's a bunch of cool kung fu, yeah, man, I'm in.
Yep. Goodness,
man, coughing's going around. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't hit my mute fast enough to I coughed right into the mic. But so yeah, but now it's on my radar. I'm feeling like every once in a while, when I talk about Marvel fatigue, I'm like, oh, maybe I'm kind of out of it, and maybe it's time for me to check out those Marvel shows. So. Man, Aaron's comment just came in right now. It said, don't skip WandaVision, Tom. It's so great. And it's like, Aaron, don't tell me that, dude. Now that means I have to start at like the beginning, but you're probably right, Aaron. I'm probably going to love it, man. So, man, he's also oh God, I guess I have to. I mean, yeah. All right. I'll do it. I'll do it. Okay, fine. Gosh.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So, John, I heard you may have bought some extra books, not just the books for the weekly books. Oh my goodness, my man. Can't wait to crack into those. But in order to crack into those, let's get through the books we got this week, or do you want to do those first, or how do you want to talk about it, man?
Load it. We can talk about my vintage stuff first, and then we'll get into the week books. But we got some people just checking in with us left and right. First off, Derek Van Rokel, Nerds Indeed. I love the picture here with the Punisher Iron Man helmet. That's like superior in my book. I freaking love that. Got a wave from Steve. And then Alexandra's checking in with us. Hello. Hey, thank you so much for tuning in. We got Sleepy's in the building. So all the way from the coast.
Sleepy?
Thank you for hanging out with us this evening. Derek following up with agree WandaVision is a must-see TV. So there you go. Peer pressure, says Steve.
I'm feeling it, man. I'm feeling it. That's for sure.
But Mark is weighing in here. Skip WandaVision. It's not great, especially if you don't love sitcoms. So there you go, man. Because
I sure shit don't like sitcoms. I'll tell you that much.
I don't know, man.
Laugh tracks are not my thing.
And for all of you that are in support of WandaVision, just so you know, Tom and I's formula here is we naturally disagree on a lot of things. So if this doesn't work out, just know that it's the universe saying this is what it is. But Tom, definitely check it out. All right.
Yeah, I should. I know. Yeah. Dude, my family has watched it and loved it. So it's like, it sucks because now I don't even have anybody to watch it with at home. But all right, let's go. Let's see these retro books. Johnny got some treasures. And when John got some vintage books, they're going to be good. I can't wait to see what it's going to be.
Yeah, yes. Well, how
these come about, too? I want a little backstory. Yeah. Where have you been eyeing them? Was it spur of the moment? Give it all to me.
So we were actually we process collections as we buy them at the shop. And so naturally, I get to help with bagging and taping and all sorts of things. And when that happens, sometimes I'm like, maybe I should get out my CLZ database and see what ones I have and what ones I don't. So in this scenario, that came in very handy. So these all still have the price tags on them, so forgive that. But I got some vintage Uncanny X-Men to help round out my collection.
Oh, snap.
So starting out with issue 127.
Dang, dude. Let me see that. Just put your finger over the thing. I just want to look at that cover, dude. Which one? Oh, yeah. I know this one for sure. Look at that shit, dude. That's amazing.
So loving that. Next one is we got Emma Frost on there.
Oh, yes, dude. What an iconic cover. I can't believe you got that one.
So issue 131. So loving that. Issue 135. And we got Jean Grey just going crazy.
Yes,
So,
man.
Dark Phoenix, baby. Issue 156 with the Starjammers, and you know I love me some Galactic X-Men.
You just pulled in the X-Men train, bro.
X-Men 157.
Damn, you got the Dark Phoenix big cover.
Look at the Imperial Guard too. I'm just like, like this is everything I love. So I'm loving it. We got 161.
Yes, dude. Evil.
And then 169. And this
69.
one, I think this is linking to the Mutant Massacre, because check out Angel bound to the wall there.
Oh, yeah, man.
So that one looked really interesting too. So did not have any of these. Very excited to read them. And this is why I don't get slab books, you guys, is I love getting in there, reading it, and checking it out. So really excited about that. But the fun does not stop there. I've been on a mission to start collecting the Midnight Suns, so I have this Ghostwriter, nice. Rise of the Midnight Suns. I'm loving the mystical things, but I think this one's sealed with the poster, so I might have to find another one.
Yeah, man, I have it.
No, you do? Cool.
Yeah, dude, yeah. I can even borrow you that one. Mine is definitely mine's a terrible copy, like terrible. Maybe if you were grading that sucker, you'd get like a 1.7.
And then I am. Oh shit! These are all out of order.
I didn't know you were getting the Midnight Suns though. When did that start, dude? I'm an old school Midnight Suns guy.
I wanted to check it out because I want to learn more about Morbius and just some of those corners of the MCU. You know what I mean? Especially with the movie on the horizon and so forth. This next series I wanted to check out from Image Comics, Nomen Omen. And so it looks incredibly racy, so it's right up my alley. And I'm really excited about that. So when you get like the big buff dudes.
Hell yeah, dude.
Issue 2, issue 3.
Looking like straight hunk.
These ones aren't crazy priced. 4.
Oh, beautiful.
5.
Nice. Dude, you got the whole series, baby.
6. Most of it. This cover I really love. I thought that was really cool.
Oh, yeah.
8. And here's where this is what really got my attention. I was like, hello. Issue 9. I'm like, what is this story about? So I had to flip through it. Issue 10.
Nice, yeah.
12 and 13. Yeah. So
just a pure hunk. No doubt about it.
For real. I was just like, what is happening here? But that's not all. Oh my god. The stack is going to kill me. Okay. Oops, something fell. And then I got some odds and ends here. So John knows I love Galactus. So
you do?
I have.
What's on your shirt? I thought you didn't like Galactus very much.
What's going on?
Yeah, we know.
Exiles number 5. Got some Galactus on there. I got the sweet Go-Go Power Rangers number 32 foil wraparound cover. So that's pretty cool. And this is actually part of the Necessary Evil event that happened recently. So I think this is an issue I wasn't able to procure, let alone a foil wraparound. So I'm like, yes, I want that. DC. So if New 51 is watching, this is an exciting DC offering that I fell in love with. Okay. So this is Justice League number 11. Look at that sick Aquaman variant. I mean, he is looking intense. Like,
that's a nice comic.
He's like, I don't want to have a beer with you, John. That's what that cover's saying to me. And I was just like, okay, I'm still gonna buy your cover. God.
Fine, dude. But you think Bill has it? I mean, I don't know. Does the New 51 have that copy? You might not have that variant. I mean, you're starting to step on his toes at this point now. Damn, dude.
I'm like the new point one. I am the new point one. And then finally, Infinity Countdown issue 4 with Golden Galactus flat out saying no.
Yeah, it's perfect, dude. I love a word bubble on the cover and Galactus Golden, sure.
So those are my rad pickups. All of this was procured because I sold some of my Japanese Pokemon cards to the store. So this is all on gift card because that was a pretty hefty bill. That's okay.
Exactly, man. I mean, you've been sitting around. You've had those Pokemon cards forever. The Pokemon market is hotter than it has literally ever been or will be. This bubble will burst again soon.
Yep.
You did the right thing. And John for everybody who's listened for a long time knows John used to live in Japan. So that is he got these from the source, people. He was into it then. So Yeah, man. It's you're smart to hold on to them, and then smart to cash in on those epic. I assure you, those X-Men comics are not going down in value, dude.
Nope.
So, dude, nice.
And I'm very excited to read. Oh my god, dude, I'm so giddy. Just the dialogue in these old issues is so funny.
Oh,
like
yeah,
just the way they say things, and I'm like, you know.
And word bubble during that run, it's
dialogue,
really word bubble heavy during that time. X-Men was explaining everything to you, and everything was so melodramatic. I love it. This is crazy, but I got a long time ago. I don't know how it happened. I got the first 200 comics on like a CD in like 2004 or something like that, and was able to then read all of X-Men on my computer, my laptop computer at the time.
Yeah.
And so I read the first 200. So I read those, man. I remember them being so dense, and I loved every single second. I couldn't imagine being able to own all of those copies. Congratulations, bro.
Thank you. It's exciting, man. I'm just so passionate about those. So.
Oh, exactly, man. This is our love, and to fill those gaps, it's a smart time to do it because, yeah, like I said, it's only getting. They're only going to go up, and yeah, like New 51 says, Chris Claremont does just that, just fills up that page with exposition, and so yeah, this very heavy word bubbles. But
we got to settle this then. If Bill's here, Bill, do you have this cover?
Yeah. Do you
have Justice League 11 cardstock variant with sweet Aquaman, and he looks like he needs a hug?
And he does end with no title. I'm saying is you got the variant. He's stepping on your toes, Bill. That's all I'm saying, okay?
Jonathan, I am the new point one
guy.
I am new point one, and Bill is new 51. So,
all right, man. Let's get into those books. We'll see what Bill says. Nope, he doesn't have it. You got it.
Touchdown! Sports reference. Okay.
All right, let's rock and roll. What books did you pick up this week, John? It's New Comic Book Day, our favorite day. Yeah. I picked them up. Oh, and this. Do you get DC books yesterday then when you pick up yourself?
No.
Smart man.
I pick everything up all at once. We do the new wall at the same time still.
Good. Smart. Love it. Okay. Anyway, so now I got 6 books, so not a huge stack. What are you looking at?
About the same. We could be
okay. Perfect. I'm gonna jump in because I got some reviews that I want to do for my first 3 books. And they're gonna be quick ones, First one, Red Room. I got it today. It came out today, and I already read it. I've been reading them right through. Ed Pisker is the man. This stuff is super crazy. So the premise behind this book. Have you heard of this book at all, John? Okay. So
it was so this is a funny story. Red Room was one of the free comic book day offerings, I believe. It was either in a compilation or on its own. And a customer had asked me about that, and I was like, I don't know. It might be one coming up. And then I'm like, oh my God, issue 4. And I felt so bad because usually I'm good at seeing what's on the wall. But yeah, I totally missed that. So, but that's crazy.
It's this book cool with New Comic Book Day is it came out with its own issue that was written just for New Comic Book Day that you couldn't buy. You could only get it through New Comic Book Day, which is our Free Comic Book Day, not New Comic Book Day. Sorry, guys. Free Comic Book Day that happens once a year. They had their own issue that was written just for it. Anyway, number 4 came out. This might wrap up the first trade. And so we get Ed Pisker. He's famous for doing this old school X-Men book, and then also more famous for the Hip Hop Family Tree, where he talks about the history of hip hop in almost a historical way, but he draws every character, gives them, he does 9-panel grids, does the same style here. You can tell, he does all plays on them, but he's sticking to his grids that you have. He'll put some together, split it up a little bit, but that's his style. He harkens back. It has an old retro vibe, but it is so awesome. It's like in between, I don't know, an straight indie creator and then like a super famous person, because I think like the first comic sold 50,000 copies, so it's way more than what I think it's Fantagraphics is normally outputting. But yeah, he's sticking with his imprint that's been there forever. And the idea is that there is on the dark web these red rooms that you can pay Bitcoin to go into, untraceable to find out where they're happening, untraceable to find out who was in it, and then you watch people get murdered. And it is in the most gruesome ways ever. They have all these characters that do the murdering like it was a WWE event. So it would be like somebody who dresses up and has a whole gimmick, and then they go about their murdering. But it's all theatrical and crazy. And it's really interesting how they do the storytelling through a narrator and what's happening on page, and the comment section from the people that have paid certain Bitcoin. And just like Twitch, you can pay extra. I think this is pushing all the boundaries that I love comic books to push. Nice work. If you are weak stomached or you're not into gruesome stuff, stay far away from this book. But if you do like the gritty shit, definitely you have to be reading Red Room. So definitely 6 out of 6 beers.
Oh, okay.
And picked up today, man. It just came out, so go and get it.
Yep. All right. Well, I am on that Red Room vibe too with this next pickup. I really think we're syncing up here. So I prefer to pay Bitcoin to save the universe, and I am rocking Boom Studios Power Rangers number 11, which is equally gruesome.
Yeah, exactly.
But super fun just to follow the adventures of the Rangers in space and not the ones on Earth. So having two titles going back to back, side by side, I thought originally would just kind of be a house of cards and be a mess, but it's actually a lot of fun. Cool. And both are very distinct. I've talked to several customers at the register that just love what's going on. The artwork is solid and everything. So mad props to the Power Rangers series. Out of everything, like I would want to enjoy my X-Men as much as I do these Power Ranger books, you know?
That's cool, man.
And so they've just really been a staple for me, and it's been really cool to see it. So, Sleepy in for the win. I'm too weak for Red Room. Peeked into the first issue and slunk away.
Hey, man, and it's definitely a smart move for anybody who, it shows eyeballs getting taken out and people gruesomely being murdered and like body parts being ripped out. It's terrible. Yeah, and I guess I'm twisted enough that I love every second of it. Yeah.
I'm staying on your good side, God.
Yeah. Hey, come on, that's why I read that stuff, get it out that way.
Oh, fantastic.
Sweet. Power Rangers. Hell yeah.
Red Room, Power Rangers. I was thinking Red Room, Red Ranger.
You're just like sacrificing putties by
exactly. Yeah. Oh, you hit the Z? Okay. Yeah.
All right. My next book that I did read as well, Primordial. We got a new Jeff Lemire book. So I talked a little bit ago on how Jeff Lemire, might not be coming out with that much stuff. It seemed like his stuff was kind of weak in the last little bit. And I need to eat all those words because he's coming out. I think he has 5 or 6 current books. We get the people that did Gideon Falls, Jeff Lemire and Andrea Sorrentino. They're working together again. And what we have here is an alternative history where Nixon gets like another term in office, and he's not getting in trouble, and he's going to run the space program possibly. And boom, everything that the space program is now shut down, and there hasn't been the space program for years because all ours and Russia's experiments went terrible and everybody died. But in turn, somebody had been abducting the dog that Russia sent and the monkeys that we sent. And, it's going to be some sci-fi mystery that's taking place in 1961, apparently. But anyway, definitely, I'm going to be checking it out, man. Jeff Lemire, I don't miss it. And I love Gideon Falls. So
it's a cool cover, too.
Yeah, I thought so, too. But right off the bat, just, Jeff Lemire knows how to write a comic book. 6 out of 6.
Heck yeah. All right. Well, trying to earn my new point 1 status. I am continuing my DC flag held high with the best and most prolific Batman book ever to come out. We're talking the Joker issue number 7 with the creepy variant, and he's just looking twisted and dreads or snakes or something going on there. This book, you guys, I talked about this on the Rainbow Show today, but I really like this book because Joker literally almost has nothing to do with it. It's all about Commissioner Gordon, and it's such a heavy look into the character, and it's so cool.
I love Commissioner Gordon. Sure.
I'm a huge fan of this series. I'm so glad I stuck with it because I'm like, this won't make it past 3 issues or whatever. I've loved it, so definitely recommend checking it out.
Hell yeah, man, that's awesome.
Yeah. All
right. Well, I guess I'm up next then, huh?
You are
Scumbag recommender keeps pumping on number 10. This guy who's the worst guy in the world, he got this formula put in himself from the government that when he has the emotional buildup, he has like superpowers. But he just mostly likes like smoking crack and doing heroin. And we get to meet his parents, which he's talked about a bunch being terrible and dead and all this, but they're actually just nice, middle-class, normal people. And he's a complete mess up, and have some fun along the way, always trying to push like the PC thing and not being too woke or making fun of woke culture. I don't know, sometimes it's good, sometimes it gets to be too much, but I'm along for the entire ride. I mean, there's literally scenes where the main character is just like smoking crack, and it's supposed to be like he's nonchalantly smoking crack. I want to see if I can find this place, but right before he meets his parents. Anyway, it's very funny. Here's his parents. Here's his normal parents. Here's him being a terrible, terrible person. It's very, very, I don't know. Yeah, it's great, man. You guys have to check it out. Here's where he's smoking his crack right there. Right when he's and getting all messed up in the next panel. Yeah, man, it's a wild ride. I love it, man. Scumbag recommender. Keep going. I give this about a 4 out of 6.
4 out of 6. All right. Well, you were generous with your beers earlier, so
yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, on the Marvel side of the house, this is another mention of a certain world-eating character. Fantastic Four life story, number 4, the 90s, but this cover with that silhouette in the background and the white Silver Surfer just hanging out there. I really like this. If this wasn't a poster form, I would totally rock it in a heartbeat.
I agree.
I don't know where, but maybe the ceiling's blank, so that's a possibility. But
I mean, it is like a different style. It's not a normal comic book. That cover drew me in. You know, probably, or if you remember, I am a Fantastic Four guy. I normally always read Fantastic Four, but I'm just off superheroes in general, so I'm not getting that. But it even had the lure of like, maybe I should be picking it up because that cover is beautiful, man. And that's the kind of cover that if you just took the words off and put it in your living room framed, it would just look like a nice piece of fine art. It wouldn't even be a comic book thing. So
I'd rock it.
Yeah, it's definitely, that's really cool. I'm glad you picked that up.
Yeah.
My next book, dose. Dose is the slang term for doing acid. That's kind of what this book is is definitely based on. As you can see, this cover here, gets wild. But this is aliens and drugs and all sorts of great black and white fun comic booking, but then it'll switch to color at times. Looks like this one doesn't, but yeah, man, I'm all in on Dose number 3. Thanks for coming out. Still, I can't believe this book is continuing to come out. I'm so glad our shop is continuing to buy probably 1 or 2 copies, and I'm gonna keep picking them up.
That's awesome.
I haven't read this one yet though.
Oh shoot. Well, I don't know how I can follow that, but I will sure try. Up next, the X-Men train is only 2 cars long this time, but I'll do one right now. I really love this cover. Marauders Issue 24. I will say that compared to some of the other series, this one is starting to kind of slow down a little bit, and we knew this would happen, where some of them kind of peter out. And I really want to like this group because there's a lot of cool things going on, and I love like learning more about the Hellfire club that they're spinning up, etc. But it is starting to slow down a little bit for me because Hellions is just a hell yeah, is what I say every single time. But I don't know. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I haven't read it yet, so I can't knock it. And again, I love a good colorful cover, and I love me some Emma Frost and Sebastian Shaw. So I'm living for it. I'm good.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. Exactly. X-Men train, you know. I mean, you're still on it. I mean, not as enthusiastic as you were at times, but you're still on it.
It's going to get more enthusiastic. Don't worry. I got you.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right. My next one, Little Guardians. I don't really know what this book's about. I don't care about this book at all. But if Scoot, you know, which is Scout Comics, like I think Kids Imprint, is putting books out for $1.99. I don't care. I'm going to support. I'm voting with my dollars here. This is voting with dollars. So insane, dude.
Keep showing up to the polls every Wednesday.
Yep, exactly.
Steven is just dropping. Steven, look at me. Steve is. You know, Steven, that's your fault that your name is like that.
It's your fault, man.
That's your fault. Just say no to the brown acid, Tom. He says.
Yes, exactly, man. I'll keep away from the Bad Batch.
Well, hopping into the galactic side of the house, War of the Bounty Hunters continues through the Star Wars books, and so I'm rocking a chorus with my boy, Darth Vader, issue 16. Looking like it's going to be a fun ride here. It typically is. It's called Target Skywalker. So, pursuing Luke, the scum of the universe. But ultimately, it's fun. I'm missing my droids, though, you guys. Like, until I get my droids back.
I was counting down when you were going to say, I'm missing the droids, because we all know you are, dude. We know you're missing them. When are they going to give you the droids like you deserve?
Yeah. But I will say, I got the action figures from the Star Wars Black series of the two droids, and evidently those are like the two hardest ones to find. I scored them randomly at a out-of-state GameStop somewhere or something, and I was like, yeah, I need these both right now. So they were like, don't you want Dr. Ath for two? I'm like, no. Like, no. I just want the droid.
No, just that's all I need.
So, but yeah, that's that. And then I got two left. So.
All right, I got one left. Cool. So why don't you do one of yours?
Well, I promised you a more enthusiastic X-Men train, and I'll give it to you here. So Derek at the shop takes care of me, and he knows what I like. So when he saw this, he was like, John, it's your boy on the cover. We are talking about the Trial of Magneto, and this is issue 2, but we are talking about the North Star variants.
Yeah.
With the rad covers, and I was like, yes. So I was very excited to get that. I love me some North Star. I'm really annoyed that X Factor ended or is ending coming up because, again, that's another one that I was personally digging, and then they're like, no, we're not going to do that one anymore. So hopefully we'll continue to see them, but gosh, I just want an Alpha Flight book, you guys.
We know you do, but clearly they had like 85 X-Men books. You know, you gotta cull the whole field at sometimes. You know, you can't just have these books all be coming out. Next one, Layman, John Layman from Chew fame and tons of other comics. Bermuda, we got a new characters, new world, whole setup. I'm a little bit behind. I haven't read issue 2, so this is issue 3. So usually that means that I wasn't that interested in issue 1. But I thought it was good enough, and I love Layman, so I'm like, yeah, I'm going to stick with it. But I need to find that motivation to get through 2 and then 3. If this keeps up, then it's done. As you guys know, I already read a bunch of comics from today. So it's not like I'm behind. It's like, yeah, all the good ones I wanted to read last week, I read those too. My stack kind of fills up with those books that you kind of realize, maybe I don't need to keep these. But we'll see. I'm sure if I catch up, I'll be like, oh, I'm totally in. So that's what I plan on doing.
Well, my final book of the evening is Extreme Carnage, Part 7 of 8. This is Agony. And I went with the Scotty Young variant, just super cute. This is a symbiote I don't think I'm actually very familiar with at all. So I'm looking forward to checking that out. The event itself has been kind of a crazy train, which it's Carnage, so I guess we're on point with the character. But it's a lot to take in, and if you're not familiar with the symbiotes, you're like, what's going on? Thankfully, I've been reading them.
Nice.
But yeah. So.
Oh yeah, man. Sick, dude. That's a good week.
I'm getting scolded here. New 52, no Superman. New 52, new 51. Almost new 52. No Superman in the Authority #3. I did not, I was trying to get Tom to pick it up at the shop, and he just was like, "No, Bill, we have to let you shine."
Yeah, I mean, I think Morrison's on the Authority. I was thinking about picking that up, but it's like, how many times is he going to say that he's not doing, comic or DC books anymore? I guess a billion, and he's going to keep on going back, and I should continue to read them. But, I got that superhero fatigue, so I'm not picking up that many superhero books. That is why I did, John, as being trying to expand, his DC footprint. It's actually shocking that he didn't pick those up. So, John, you might want to check yourself there and do better. Also, I'll say I listen to Wednesday Comics, my favorite podcast. Comic Book Bears, also amazing podcast. But my favorite straight podcast, no YouTube at all, is Wednesday Comics. And Garrett, he always picks up Superman's, never not picked up Superman. He's obsessed with Superman, and he's been talking shit that it's not very good right now. So, I don't even want to pick it up.
Oh, oofta. And complete flip side, Steve brings some of that Bermuda wisdom. #2 is fun, more fleshing out the island and history of the pirate faction. So that's cool.
Yeah, exactly. I just need to sit into it and just do it. So yeah, man, you're right. I'll watch.
And then with Superman and the Authority, it picked up, and then it cut off here, but it picked up more with issue #2, or it picked up momentum with issue 2.
So maybe people were speaking too soon about it, But awesome.
Yeah.
I thank you everybody for chiming in. It's always fun to hang out and talk comic shop, yo.
Yeah. I did a separate video about these two. I just wanted to give JJ's another shout out here. I picked up some Peach Momoko Venom covers, which are amazing. This is number 392 of 800 in the wild. And then with the branded on there, this is 1,318 out of 2,000. So looking pretty baller there. And I am loving those. So I'm very excited about that.
So cool, man. So cool.
Yeah. Before we wrap it up, just wanted to give a huge shout out to our upcoming convention here in the Sioux Falls area. SuperCon is coming up October 1st through the 3rd. So definitely check that out. It's at the Sioux Falls Convention Center. Tom and I are both on staff helping facilitate this amazing event, and we're really freaking excited to see it come together. And yeah. Tom, did you have
anything? Man, I'll be hitting up that video game room. Come by, guys. We got a bunch of awesome games. So if you are around or you can make it to South Dakota, we're going to be doing it right. We're going to be doing it safe. So come on in, have fun, get vaccinated, then show up. And it's going to be a great time. We're all going to have fun. And I got PS4s. I got Xboxes, Switches. We're doing tournaments. We have live streamers. So we have Twitch streamers are going to be there coming in from all across the country to show all a bunch of gaming. We got tabletop gaming. It's going to be totally litty. So come on, do not miss it, man. SuperCon 2021, baby. October 1st through the 3rd. Is that right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, check it, babe. I'll see you there in the video game room, babe.
Yeah. So with that, we're going to go ahead and shut it down, you guys. But thank you guys for hanging out with us. We are, once again, a Comic Book Look, proudly sponsored by Rainbow Comics. If you're in the Sioux Falls area, swing on down to 42nd in Minnesota. Say howdy. If you're in the Lincoln, Nebraska area, we have a site there as well with a team that's happy to help you with your comic book needs. Until next time, I am John, a.k.a. John on Demand, @John on Demand on the Twitters. We have Tom, @TomStewDivine on the Twitters, or if you want to follow us collectively, @A Comic Book Look, feel free. If you're watching this on YouTube, we have a Facebook group, A Comic Book Look. Join us there to continue the conversation. We'd love to hear from you. But we will see you next Wednesday, talk about some more books, and thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight.
Later, Johnny boy.
What am I doing? Keep it comics for sure. All right.